Well, hello, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today. Hopefully, by the time you are seeing this, the staff here at Entrust CPA are out, not in the office any longer, and celebrating the fact that tax season is done. It's been a season, that's for sure. We'd like to thank you for joining us here. We'd like to thank you for your patience through this tax season.
Thank you all so very much.
It's been great talking to each one of you throughout the season here, going through some of your various different items, whether it's the income that you've had or some differences that you've thought. It certainly has been one where we've had a lot of opportunity to do some tax planning, to do a lot of moving and shifting, and just a lot of opportunity to talk with each one of you. So we appreciate that. We had a great season. It was a busy season, and just are excited to actually have it done here.
It's done.
Well, if you're watching this here and you possibly didn't get your information in, or maybe we had to do an extension on your return.
Maybe you could put me on some sort of extension program?
Don't worry, there is further time to take care of that. We're going to continue to plug along here on returns, even though they were extended. It definitely was a compressed season this year, and so I think we certainly felt it. I'm sure you felt it as well.
I felt it.
All right, Janice.
We, like every other business out there, are feeling the stress and the pressure of all just the increased workload that's there. If you didn't get your information into us here, or we had to do an extension, no fears, no worries. We're going to continue to keep pushing through things here and getting the returns completed and continue to be completed.
If it's not completed in the next 12 hours, years of research will be lost.
One last appeal here: if you are extended or you haven't had your return in, an extension does not mean that you're extended on filing taxes. You still owe those. So if you owe taxes and we've extended or you've extended your return, make sure you make an estimated payment in there. Get it in now. Even if you have to estimate a little bit high, you can always get that money back if we overpay or you overpay on it.
And I am going to refund you back all your money.
Also, don't forget about your first quarter estimate. Those are also due today. So if you have estimates, if we gave you coupons that you need to get in there, don't forget to get those in the mail. You can also go online. The state of Michigan and the IRS both have pretty good online systems that you can make payments directly there as well. So just don't forget about that. And we've communicated for those clients that have the new flow-through entity tax. But as a reminder here, if you have those, don't forget to make those payments as well.
Do you understand?
You're going to hear a lot of media about the backlog of the IRS. They certainly are in a backlog. What I would tell you, though, is that backlog is really related to older returns, so maybe the 2019, 2020, and any correspondence. So if you've gotten a notice related to those years or you've had to write letters into the IRS, those are very delayed and backlogged. You shouldn't expect to see too much of a backlog on processing of your return. And in fact, if your return has been processed already, like we've done it, and you haven't seen emails come through, let us know. You should be getting copies of emails as they get filed if you've provided your email to us. But you should see refunds coming into 2 to 3 weeks as we typically are expecting. They have been getting those through pretty quickly.
Which is awesome.
We are seeing a fair amount of correspondence come from the child tax credit that's been out there. So it's the advanced payment on the child tax credit where they're matching. They are matching on that 1-to-1. So that had to be exactly correct. Most of you got those forms into us, and so we feel pretty confident. There were several, however, that did not. So don't be surprised if you do get correspondence on those. If you do, give us a call. Let us know. We can talk through it.
You want to talk? Let's talk. Let's talk.
If I were to sum up this tax year, one thing I would say is a lot of quiet surprises. And that sounds like a silly combination of words, but where I say that is that many individuals found that they did better this year than they expected. The portfolios were up and higher than they were anticipating. Results from the businesses were oftentimes up higher than they anticipated. And so we had two potential responses off of that. One was pleasant surprise because we'd been communicating and talking throughout the year, and they really anticipated these numbers and we were able to plan and accordingly. And then there are those that were not in communication with us ahead of time that were pretty surprised on the results. Now, these are good in this case, paying the tax is a good thing generally because it means that the stock portfolios were up or your business did well, but it's definitely not any fun to get a call and say, hey, you owe these dollars, even though it meant you had a good year. So again, here is my plug for tax planning, and it's never too early to do this tax planning. I can't stress enough on how much of a difference it makes to be able to, in communication throughout the year, and we can adjust those estimates, we can make plans, we can do certain things. So even though it's April 18th and it's a day of deadline and we need a day or two of a break, but give us a call, let's get something on the plan. We want to be talking through the year so that way we know what's going on, we know what to anticipate, and that there's no surprises come the end of the year.
That's a great plan.
If as a result of this year you made some resolutions on things that you're going to change, maybe it was you had a bigger balance due than you anticipated, or maybe you had a bigger refund than you thought and you're going to adjust because it doesn't make sense to have the big of a refund. Either way, make sure you act on those resolutions, if you will. So if you thought internally, hey, I need to change this, put that into action and do it.
Do it.
And lastly, I wanted to take this chance to say thank you. Thank you to the staff here. A lot of long hours, a lot of hard work by them. It was so much appreciated. Thank you for each one of you, for all the kind words that you had, the great conversations we were able to have throughout this process, working through on the various different items, for your patience as we worked through the new tax laws and the new implications of all the stimulus things. We just appreciate everyone here. We appreciate all of you, and thank you very much for the trust that you put in us and the opportunity to work with you. Thank you. Have a great day and a great summer.